You to the 7-day challenge. Now, in this track, you're in the spiritual challenge, and this is day 1. So what are we going to be doing? Let's see. Well, today's challenge is called the 60-second Attitude of Gratitude Challenge. Now, in 60 seconds, here's what I want you to do. Now, don't do it yet, but just listen carefully. 60 seconds, you're going to have to write down as many things as you can think of that you're grateful for in life. All right, and I'll give you some examples of what that's all about. Okay, so these are the areas that we're going to break down gratitude into. Just to give you some ideas, okay? You can do whatever you want, but here's some of my thoughts on it. There are relationships you could be grateful for, things like your spouse, your parents, your kids, your cousins, your inner circle of family, your close friends, people you might know from work, or maybe people that work for you. And then there's areas of physical needs, things like our homes. You know, we're grateful for homes. Many people are homeless right now. How about our automobiles? If you have an automobile, maybe you live in a city, or maybe for transportation you're grateful for. How about for the food you eat every day? I mean, there are many physical needs that are being met for most people that we should be on our knees. We should be grateful for every single day. And then there's the workplace. You know, in today's economy, depending on where you live and how, you know, when you're listening to this, the economy is pretty rough for a lot of people, and there's a lot of joblessness. So if you're jobless, maybe be grateful for that right now. And if you have a job, be even more grateful that you do. If you have your own business and you're still kicking and still going strong, be grateful. Lots of things you can be naming here. And then there's your health. And I'm not sure where your health is at right now, but think about how important your health is and be grateful for what you do have. And then let's take a look at freedom. I mean, many of the people listening to this right now are living in a place where they're free. They're free to do many things, to express their opinions. They're free to be able to pursue their careers, pursue their families, pursue the dreams that they have inside of them. And then there's faith. You know, there's a lot of places in the world where people are executed or tortured or imprisoned for exercising their faith. Many of you are listening to this right now, and you are free to exercise your faith no matter where you're at. So these are just some ideas, some things I want you to think about as you prepare to go ahead and go through this. Okay, now we're going to be talking about the levels, all right? How can you get points? Because we want to award you points for how well and how full out you're willing to pay. So the beginners, here's what's happening. Within 60 seconds, if you can list out between 1 and 3 things you're grateful for, we're going to consider you the beginners category, and you're going to get a certain amount of points for that. Now, for those of you who are going to challenge yourself a little bit more and work harder, we're going to give you points. If you can list out from 4 to 5, we're going to call you experience. And then for those of you who are the achievers in the group, if you can list 6 or more, you're going to score the most amount of points. So it all depends on how willing you're to work hard at this. Will depend upon how many points you get. But I hope you're going to really give it some thought. Now, let me just throw in a couple things right here. It's very important for us to understand that we need to have fun when we're doing this. But you need to also understand the why as to it's important. The human brain has been designed with many different parts of the brain, and science is showing us now that these different parts are supposed to be working in connection with one another in a what we call balanced and normal functioning system. However, many people have different problems inside their brain. Some of it comes from food they eat, maybe an injury they've had. Perhaps it's the conditioning of the way they're doing things around them that are affecting this normal balance inside the brain. The studies have shown that people who practice regularly gratitude not only have a more positive attitude, but their brain also shows a physiological difference from those people who do not. They tend to be less depressed and then more upbeat about things. So gratitude can really help you in so many ways. That's why we put this in a challenge for you. So go ahead, have some fun. We'll see you on day 2.